One of them, I think I answered. They wanted to know if you'd clean, if they would cover wound cleaning, changing bandages and stuff like that. I assume that's just going to fall under a home care need of some kind, so that would be covered. I do hear this question a lot, and I guess for whoever wants to answer it, they just want to know about reserves, not being insurance, what oversight do they have, and can you guys speak to that a little bit? I know that you got the A+ rated. It was nice to see that. I know you guys have been doing a fantastic job for years. So when you get this question about reserves or not being insurance, how do you guys address that?
Yeah, first of all, thank you, Jeff, and thanks, Golden Care, for allowing us the webinar, and to all the agents, just so you know, I'm a 40-year veteran in the insurance business, and in saying that, about 30 of those years I was out in the field doing exactly the same thing that many of you, face-to-face, direct with seniors. And to address what we have done, it goes all the way back to the start of our company and handling the reserves with our actuarial team. And the company continually monitors claims and sets aside sufficient reserves based on the actuarial review and projections. And we have always stayed at least 3 years ahead of the curve on current claim usage. And it's something that is monitored almost every 6 months. So we're very, very proud to have an A+, not only with the Better Business Bureau, but to talk a little bit about the Dun & Bradstreet rating. We have the highest rating that you can have for credit worthiness as a private company. It would be very similar to an insurance company having an A+ rating with AM Best.
Great. That's kind of stuff we need to hear, and that's, just part of what, our market, part of our apprehension too. That was just always that, and the more we looked at this plan, going back to what I said to begin with, we're trying to help people. Unfortunately, there's just not products approved everywhere. And, I have a father that could use this service, unfortunately, he's already getting care. But, boy, I wish when I first looked at this 3 years ago, I bought it for my own dad. I could just see all the different benefits that I could be getting paid on this. I mean, I could just go on. And I think it was Bob that hit the nail on the head. There are going to be clients that everyone on this webinar is thinking of right now that they could probably go right, people they go back and help. And it's more about helping people. I mean, I think if you explain this correctly, it's not an insurance company, it's prepaid home care. You can understand the concept of breakage, and some people aren't going to need it, so how can a company do this? I think if you explain it all correctly, it can just be a real benefit to your portfolio and what you're offering out there.
Well, Jeff, just to add to what you just said, I have added this to hundreds of my personal clients over the years that have my traditional long-term care plans, annuities, med subs, and other forms of senior planning. And I've watched it play out over more than a decade for many of my senior clients that were not able to qualify for even utilizing my long-term care option, including my own mother, who had kidney cancer about 9 years ago, but did not qualify to use the plan that I set up because of 2 ADLs. That does not change the great value play that we believe traditional long-term care has, but there's so many situations that come forward where the True Freedom Home Care option, without a doubt, will be almost, in many cases, the only option for that senior to get personal care, custodial care, and give them really the dignity to stay at home and utilize service with one phone call to our company.
Yeah. Okay, I've got some questions that started coming in here now. There wasn't as many to begin with, but I'm kind of getting hammered, so I'm going to just go ahead and read them. I think they're pretty quick and fire here. Are there any paid-up options? I believe that's a no, correct?
There is no paid-up option. We do show,
of course,
a monthly or annual. As you can see, there's not a rate book, it's a rate sheet. So simple.
I understand.
I love it.
Yeah. Here's another one. Okay. Now, I'm just going to read them here, so try to do some screening, but they're coming kind of fast here. So, okay. It cannot be that a person is tiered to, say, cooking if they want their neighbor to do it. There must be some type of criteria on that. It's kind of a good question. I think they were saying there is how do they, if it's not professional, because we're so used to in the long-term care arena talking about basic services and professional services, I don't think you guys care, right?
Well, you know what? Here's my answer, is first of all, after the 90-day waiting period, they do have access to the hours. But keep in mind, you're right, if they call and they want to have service, we are going to honor their service as long as, again, the request comes direct to our company. That's how they do actually start to utilize it. But I want to tell all agents out there that really the reason to use this plan, and you're selling it to seniors that are still self-sufficient, is when they're in trouble. Even though for all the things that many other companies find reasons not to help seniors, we find reasons to help seniors. So the answer is yes. That neighbor, what is considered the anytime hours, we would actually, that particular payment would go direct to your client, our member, to reimburse that friend or neighbor. But keep in mind, every hour is valuable, and the longer they have our plan, the more valuable those hours are. So you don't want to direct them to use the plan prior to the true need, or when Scott has said many times, or when that senior is really in trouble.
Okay. I'm going to do another one, not necessarily in the order. I will get to the questions here. There's about 5 more here, but on the neighbor thing, if you pick the neighbor, what if you do more than 5 hours in a day?
You actually, under the anytime hours, the friend or neighbor, as long as it's not a family member, not currently living with the member, that could have actually 24/7 service offered to them. So they could have more than 5 hours a day, all the way up to 168 hours a week, what is, of course, 7 days,
okay. Yep.
24 hours a day.
724, yeah.
So there's no other plan. Jeff, I say this watching the way it has worked for not only hundreds of my own personal clients, but thousands of our members. There is no plan like this in the country. I've also watched, at the same time, clients of myself actually go on service for one of the long-term care plans that I wrote, and by the time they get a letter asking them for a claim form asking for information, that same day we've already authorized service, set up and coordinated care, and already have authorized payment on that client. So there's so many advantages that unfortunately insurance carriers just can't do.
Okay. I have a couple more. This one might be a rapid fire one. Hopefully just get a yes or no on this one. Can they pay with a credit card?
Yes. Right on our...
Can pay with a credit card. That's a yes. Okay. All right, explain. All right, there's no, but I got more. We got a lot of questions coming here. Every time I'm ready to read one, it bounces down here again. So just bear with me. Yeah, we're there. I'll get to these questions. Okay, and there's some great questions coming in here, folks. So just bear with us. I think these are probably... it says I have someone asking me about an 85-year-old needing coverage so they can get coverage after 90 days.
Well, the answer is...
And I don't know if this person's saying needing home care coverage or needing the plan. So maybe this question's are already receiving coverage so they can get additional coverage after 90 days. I would think that would be a no, right? They can't be currently receiving care.
Right. They cannot be currently receiving or in need of care. You know, everybody, if the intent is to buy our plan today and put it away and get to a calendar for 90 days for something that you need service right now and then call us on the 91st day,
yep.
there would not be there would not be risk and reward. So please understand they still have to be self-sufficient at the time of purchase.
Okay, good, because another one here is I have a client that is in a wheelchair but does not need assistance with ADLs. Would he be able to get the policy?
We do not discriminate against any form of mobility or any form of disability, but they still have to be self-sufficient, and it's so important that an agent makes sure that they let them know having access after 90 days does not mean that you should be accessing it on the 91st day. Okay, gotcha. Here's another one. Is there a free look period offered when they apply for this policy? We have a 10-day free look period that a full refund is sent back if they decide not to keep the contract. So 10 days, and keep in mind, it's effective the same day that you write it. Yep. Okay. So basically, we have 10 days from the. Okay. There's some free look there. They have 10 days, I guess. Think about it. All right. No increase in premium with age advancing, right? Once they've locked into a silver plan, that's it, right? Great point. That I know many carriers have, as you age, you go into a new bracket as you age. Nevertheless, the possibility of increases. Your plan, whatever you choose, there is no rate classification nor brackets. So if you're 85 or 65 or whatever that age may be, like Scott said, no gender or age pricing. Gotcha. There's no age limits and no kind of follow up the same type of question here. So there's no age limit and the premium's the same, so that's a yes. Okay. So again, I'm just kind of reading these rapid fire. So this is home care only, not applicable for ALF or skilled nursing facilities. That's correct. Yes, it's only home care we're talking about here. Well, now what if their facility is inside of an assisted living facility? If that's where they live. Right. You know, actually, let's assume that they purchased the plan while they were in independent living and they went to assisted living. As long as it's still not considered institutional care, like a nursing home would not be, of course, under a standalone home care plan. But assisted living facilities, again, in many cases, they're able to use their anytime hours for sure, and in many cases, their network hours. Again, that would be somebody not currently that was enrolled in assisted living. If they're already living in assisted living, it would not be in a suitable enrollment. So that's somebody that purchased it prior and then moved into an assisted living. They would still have the home care nationwide True Freedom services available.
Oh, great. Outstanding. I kind of thought that might be the case. All right. Boy, I love this one. I'm going to answer this one, Mark. It says, what state is the plan currently, what states is the plan currently available? I want to say all 50 states, right? That's the beautiful thing here.
Jeff, that we are the only nationwide home care plan available in all 50 states. And Jeff, one other quick thing, we are not a short-term solution. And I say that to you, our plans, even based on somebody utilizing the plan for 25 hours a week, would last for 3 to 10 years based on the reset periods. So it's not a short-term solution. I think we're just about the only company that can truthfully say that nowadays, as long-term care has become just about unobtainable, especially to the what we call super seniors.
Yeah, good luck. I'd say that, yeah, we now have 75% of our, 80% of our 70-year-olds are declined. You know, just forget it. Once they're 70, you can't, you know, it's hard to get them even home care only.
Unfortunately, that's a fact, and most of us agents, there's nothing worse than wanting to have a solution for a senior that wants to give you a check, and all you find is that you have no place to put them, nevertheless a solution for them. And this is one that
I'll echo that. Yeah, Mark, I'm going to echo that because I've been doing this for 21 years, I guess, you know, long-term care. And yeah, sometimes in a lot of the agents that I'm seeing that are asking the questions here, these are regular agents too. These are people that are well-seasoned, you know, very good agents. Again, I want to thank all you guys for coming on board again today. Great turnout. We have almost 100 of you on here today. Great questions, great turnout. But I can tell you that it's about helping people because it is frustrating when sometimes, like I'm in the state of Virginia, for example, and, you know, we don't have the short-term health care. We don't have, you know, the recovery cares, the, you know, the home care with Guaranteed Trust Life or with Kemper. I've got nothing out there I can work with. And so when I have someone that wanted to buy a long-term care plan, they're fluent, they've got plenty of money, they were prepared to spend $5,000 on a long-term, when I can't give them that, it's such a disappointment for them. But if I could come back and tell them they could buy some, you know, decent, you know, an actual home care benefit, you know, it has some teeth to it, what a nice thing to be able to give them something. Because some of these people, you know, they want to have some kind of coverage. And so I really do think you're helping people with this. So what a nice thing to have it available in all 50 states because there's so many areas, as all these agents will attest to, that we have a need and we have no product for it. And that's what I love about this product. Just absolutely love it. Okay. Yeah. I got a couple more, and I'm sorry, Mark, if I wanted to add. Let me just see if there's a couple more here I can answer quick. E&O is not going to cover this. I would assume that's yes. It's on an insurance product. When a client goes on claim, the premiums are then waived. I'm thinking that's a no as well, right? Because you go back to your full price.
You're right. They continue to pay their contract fees because there's no ADLs or qualifications for utilizing the plan. So, of course, they would continue to stay in good standing by paying their contract fees monthly or annually.
Yeah, and just going back to that point, when I first went through the PowerPoint myself this morning, so someone has it their 6th, 7th, 8th year. They're paying a 40% reduced rate until they go on claim, right? And then it's going to go back up to that full rate again. But that's a heck of a deal, boy. They get 40%. That's considerable savings for those however many the first 5, 6, 7 years they have it. That's outstanding. So,
and during that period, they also have lifetime inflation on that plan. So as it went down in cost, it also went up in value.
Okay, they're asking you a cover for hospice care. I can't imagine it would. It's not going to duplicate Medicare, right?
It would not duplicate a payment of a hospice, but in saying that, the non-medical care is of course available, but hospice has no fee normally involved, so it would not duplicate that service or payment.
Okay. I got another one here in this section. Can you refresh us or revisit the reset period?
The 90-day, what we call reset or rejuvenation, is an actuarial formula that has protected everybody against rate increases and also has allowed us to be able to offer our plans in the higher age brackets and the all age brackets. But what it actually is, and what happens during that period, it's a period that we call rejuvenation. There's some similarities, Jeff, to a restoration, only with a rejuvenation in our contract, they don't have to recover from anything. It's only a separation between the first bucket of hours and the next. And what we have found during that 90-day reset period that we call rejuvenation in the contract, here's what does happen. They either continue to stay on service at a discounted rate with one of our network home care agencies, even though we do not put that in writing because they're all independent contracted agencies.
Sure.
But that's normally what happens. Number two, during that time, in many cases, the family gets involved. We call it get involved. They get involved knowing the 90 days is coming. It's a donut hole, a shared cost, or in many cases, that friend or neighbor that was provided a payment for that 90 days decided to either lower their cost towards the friend or neighbor, or in many cases have not decided to take a payment. And in other cases, many as well, they just actually don't need service during that 90 days. So the reset period is a very important part of the actuarial formula that makes this available, and that's why it could go on for many, many years. So don't be afraid of it. All you got to do, seniors are used to donut holes. Seniors are used to paying a portion out of their own pocket. I'm 61. I understand that you're not going to get 100% coverage. So don't be afraid of it. It's an actuarial formula that protects everybody involved.
Yeah, just Medicare's AE20. We all get deductibles and copays. Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. I think I'm coming to an end of these. Again, I had a couple about the E&O, and that's just, I don't know what you're going to do about that. It's just not an insurance product.
Jeff, I want to real quick address it.
Go ahead and address that, because I had 3 people ask about the E&O. So go ahead, address whatever you got on that. Yep.
Let me address it. And again, please understand, 40 years in the insurance business, and I, like everybody, I very much respect and have a great respect for insurance agents. And I will tell you, we have put every safety valve in place legally to make sure that when you sign an application, it's name, address, phone number, it's not a replacement of insurance, and all the terms, the conditions, and the representative not only signing it, the member signing it, that they have full knowledge. This has given full protection, and there hasn't been one situation that has come forward that somebody would have needed E&O. And again, I say that very respectfully. Understand what E&O is supposed to do. And again, as long as we honor our contract and you are not entering into this contract illegally by way of signing someone's name or doing something that you should not do, and I don't believe anybody out there is planning on doing that, respectfully, don't be afraid of no E&O. For the agents, I've never needed E&O, but of course I haven't. But I will tell you, on our plans, we've put safety valves. Take a look at the terms and conditions and the representative and everything that the member signs protecting the agent, yourself, from any of that possible violation. So it is a question that we get.
Outstanding. Thanks for clearing that up for us. That's outstanding, Mark. That makes me feel better, too. We actually have a couple of clients I'm already thinking in my own mind. Okay, I have a couple other ones. Can they display our website address from an online enrollment again?
Yes, Scott will.
Sure, it's
again. And then as you're doing that or finding that, just to display that, is there any coordination of coverage issues?
Yeah,
we mentioned hospice, for example.
Right. Well, actually, remember, it's for non-medical home care, but somebody could use their traditional long-term care. It would not affect what we handle. We're going to handle our commitment to the hours that they have purchased through our company. So the great part about it, it does separate the services that we are providing payment. They can continue to use whatever they have for other coverage. What it's not doing is duplicating something that Medicare is providing at no charge.
Okay, great.
Okay, so
great.
The skilled care in most cases.
So the landing page, the custom landing page address is at the bottom of the screen, goldencare.truefreedomhomecare.com.
Thank you for that. And I think I have covered them all, but it's weird. They don't come necessarily in chronological order here. I guess maybe if I do this, they will. All right, so I'm going to make sure I've covered them all here. 232. How does a company verify that a customer is self-sufficient at time of application?
Well, that's where the partnership and the relationship of agents and our company is so important. To please understand that we're not doing MIBs, we're not doing phone interviews, and we really very much look for companies like Golden Tier and the representative of Golden Tier to understand, play fair, that we're not verifying it, but that doesn't mean that there isn't, if someone picks up the phone and calls us on the 91st day requesting Tier, that doesn't mean the company doesn't at least red flag the agent to question
sure.
if those suitability standards were actually explained. So please be respectful to understand that you would not make this offer to individuals that are right now ready to go on service, but it is a field issue contract. The day that you're there, it is going to be effective. And if, Jeff, if you're saying that we had agents select against our company in 12 years, the answer is yes. But I will tell you, not very often anymore.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks for that. Last one, I think here. It's you've already answered this one. It wants to know if we can take electronic debit card, which I think we can. Credit card or debit cards work. Can you mention the web page on Golden Care again that takes us to the video? Is that the same page we're looking at here?
It is. It is. You just go to goldencare.truefreedomhomecare.com, the whiteboard animation video. They can watch it on the page, and they can download it from the page by clicking that link below it.
All right. All right. Well, folks, it looks like, again, a couple of stragglers coming in here. Someone's also asking, what state's been sold in. Have you sold policies in all 50 states at this point?
We have.
Okay. Boy, you're a couple more now, so bear with me here. They don't come in, they kind of come in. How many price increases have you had? I don't think any, right?
Zero. Never have had a rate increase. We're very proud of that.
Great. No rate increase to history, yeah, and it does inflate with inflation. Here's another one here. So every 90-day cycle is paid by y'all. Must be a question from the South. Then not paid, then not paid, et cetera, et cetera.
No. No. Somebody could go, think about if they had, and I'll just use the Silver plan, one of our most popular plans. That's the one with 3,000 lifetime hours. They could go, if they were using our plan, let's just a scenario of 10 hours a week, it would take 30 weeks before they would actually go into the 90-day reset period. So it's only based on the hours they use. I have a client right now using 5 hours a week and has the Platinum plan. So it's going to be a couple of years or more before she will go through the 1,000 hours. So it's based on it's based on the hours that they use, not the time frame. Once they hit the amount of the bucket, and each bucket is their 1/10 of the full amount of hours available, that's when they would go to the reset period or the self-serve, self-pay of 90 days.
Gotcha. Yep, I follow it. Okay.
And that's another reason.
All right, I'm going to do 2 more questions here, I think is it. How long, okay, a quick one here. How long have you been offering this plan? You may have mentioned this already, so go ahead and hit that one again.
February of 2008, we're in our 12th year.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Then last one here, okay, and folks, there's going to be more. We're going to encourage you to call the marketing office, but we all know this is not insurance. If this goes south, aren't we on the hook for 40 or 250K or per our client? So I kind of addressed the point where you're signing a contract, the individual is signing this contract, right? You've kind of removed that agent from being part of that contract, right?
We are responsible as a company, and I will tell you, and I say this very respectfully, Mr. Dillon and Mr. Gross are 33-year veterans apiece, and they are upstanding citizens and very well respected throughout the country. And they hold the responsibility, and so does American Senior Services, the True Freedom Company, for honoring that contract. And I will tell you that not only do we honor it, We respectfully honor it, and every senior, and you can't hide from the facts anymore. Nowadays, all you got to do is Google somebody and see if they're doing what they say they're doing, and I can tell you, nothing to hide from our company. There's no fear of the company not making this contract work for the seniors, and we continue to overserve where the senior market is being underserved by everybody else.